Yo, we are here with Death Unto Madness. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? How's everybody
Good.
doing? We good? Excited?
Glad to be back.
Seth, are you excited? Are
Yeah,
you excited for what's gonna happen to your character today?
I'm so excited.
But yeah, we're good to have you back, Chad. I'm excited to see what's going on with your character. Before we get into all that jazz, let's go ahead and read off beliefs and instincts and whatnot. Alpheus. Oh, so you weren't there last time, obviously, Chad, but the character sheet has changed somewhat. They did an update on it. So a couple of things just to note. I guess the one main thing to note is when you roll like extra dice when you use a fate point, for now on, you can actually just click, instead of typing /R, space D6 or whatever it was, you can just click on that little D6 right at the very top of your character sheet where it says Artha and Fate.
I'm trying to log in. My password didn't autofill, but
Oh,
now I
got
don't know what it
got
is.
Well, when you pop in, I'll show you that button and it makes it much easier. I still need to update all the like NPC character sheets because the way that it reorders like traits and stuff, you have to like kind of redo things to make it work, right? But well,
Just skip me for a second. Por
you're
favor.
good, yeah. While we are waiting for Alpheus, Cyrillus, what do you got?
Oh, I didn't change my. I forgot all about changing my beliefs.
Oh yeah. Well, we can talk about it now.
No.
So obviously you don't have that first one anymore. That
Yeah,
one's
no.
gone. Do you care about the sea industry at all at this point? Probably not. All right, exit.
I didn't even do anything with that the whole time.
You didn't. It ended up being an important plot point in general, but you specifically didn't do anything there. And then politicians cannot be trusted, so investigating conspiracies against the king. Also not relevant at all anymore. You gotta come up with completely new beliefs, friend. Anyone have some ideas? I mean, you can obviously. I mean, you could do something with Ophelia. Obviously, that's like the right in front of your face one.
I think like first, I want something like something to do with just survival in general. I think because I'm struggling.
I'm on the run
Mhm.
from.
Oh, I'm on the run from something. I will do whatever it takes. Well, ooh, I don't know. Oh, that's a bit much. Ooh, that's a lot.
I'm on the run from those in power.
Uh-huh.
I will do what it takes to stay alive. So you don't you can word it more kindly than that.
I mean, that's a pretty solid RPG goal, just in general, just stay alive.
Yeah, but he's.
Yeah.
I can tell that Seth's worried about the "I will do what it takes" part. But this
Yeah.
again,
I
consider
will appease that.
Right, exactly.
You don't actually have to go along with that, right?
Right.
You don't, at any point, you can
I
just
just
decide.
get rewarded.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty good belief for now. I'm not gonna. Well, never mind. I won't say that. So you're on the run from those in power. Do you have a particular belief about like Ophelia in this whole situation?
That's a good question. I think I'll be suspicious
Right.
because, like, obviously, she seems to be like my only way out, but I don't know who she is. She's kind of crazy too.
I don't know what to think about Ophelia. I will discover her true intentions. That work?
Love that.
Perfect. Okay.
One more.
And so this, I mean, we have a pretty good first two there, right? One about just the immediate situation, another about another character. keep in mind though that you can always have a belief tied to like a skill, for example. Like, so if you just wanted to be like, I need to practice this skill more, like, you know, the situation I'm in calls for doing this, you can always just have a belief based off that. And then when you make tests with that skill, you get fate points. When you upgrade the skill, you get persona points. Like, that's an easy way to have a belief.
Okay, let me look. Oh, how do I?
You also have some of these skills that you've been working on. So you could be like, I want to learn sprinting, for example.
Yes, I want to learn sprinting.
I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good one to have.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You rolled that speed test. Okay, yeah, that was a difficult then. Okay.
Oh.
So I don't think you marked that. Nope. Okay. I think we forgot about it, so.
Okay. Yeah, learn sprinting, because I need to know how to run.
Oh, no. That was a difficult spear test. I did mark that for you. Did you mark another bubble for sprinting? I feel like you did last time. Because I have it here.
No idea.
I feel like you've only used it twice. And you have 2 bubbles.
Probably.
So that's, yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, you could literally have your belief be to escape those tracking me down. I must be faster than I am. I will learn the ways of speed.
Sounds great.
There you go. I don't know how else to word that. You can figure out a different way to word that if you want, but
that's okay.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So you just gotta, you know what that tells me, Seth, though? It tells me I have to send things that you can run away from. Anyway.
Here.
Cool. So those are your beliefs. What are your instincts and traits, my friend?
My instincts. If I go to an establishment, then I will order a drink. If someone I'm with refuses a drink, then I'll try them about it. If someone other than royal blood works in politics, I will question everything they say. Have the veneer of obedience. I'm a drunk, religious, intellectual, competitive, iron stomach, and sea legs.
Nice. Do you keep in mind you can change your
instincts
at any point. So if any of those don't seem relevant anymore, you can feel free to change them now as well.
I feel like instinct-wise, I might be more suspicious instead of just like being suspicious of politicians, probably just like everyone
in general.
Yeah, because I've been done dirty by a lot of people.
So you could probably reword it to be always be suspicious. Always be suspicious of everyone. Like literally. Everyone is sus.
Yes.
There you go. Okay, cool. Have your drink-related instincts changed at all?
Probably not. I mean, I don't think I've... Well...
I mean, you can always just, like, figure out what this new situation is offering Cyrillus, and then...
Yeah, because, I mean, he still likes his drink.
Yeah,
but...
Okay,
I don't know. I don't think...
Yeah, we can leave
that's fine.
All right, Chad, you good?
Yes.
Let's do it. And feel free, you can change any of these as well, right? The situation, you're still in the same general situation. You're going to betray the king, work with Titan to overthrow everything. So, yeah, go ahead and read those.
What was I doing?
So basically,
did you make up that I was doing something while you guys were
We have no idea what you were up to. Basically, right, the last thing we got from you is you agreed to help Titan be a double agent. We're gonna start this session with you finding out that Cyrillus just got tagged, right? Like that he's now on the run. And then you're gonna have to respond to that situation and do whatever you need to do to like escape implication yourself.
So what did he do?
I mean, I'm more interested in you finding that out in game.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, I don't think I need to change anything.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read beliefs and instincts?
Yeah, go ahead and read beliefs, instincts, and traits. Yeah.
My people are my highest priority. I will oppose anyone who disgraces us. The working class needs to be guaranteed protection from outside militaries. I will use my status as a politician to see that this happens. The king only cares about himself and his top advisors. I will see that justice is done for what happened to my family. My instincts are, if those I've lost are mentioned, then I will grow angry. I always treat others of the lower classes with respect, and I always act deferential to those in power.
The traits.
My traits are strong-willed, cramped hands, pragmatic, broken in, and driven.
Nice. And all 4 of these characters have the cultural traits of religious, intellectual, and competitive, of course. Yeah. Cool. And then Ophelia. What's your stuff? You got a new trait last time.
So beliefs, I believe Avra must be protected. I will make contact with her and convince her to take her fate into her own hands. I believe my followers have extreme potential in the spiritual realm. I will train them in the ways of my gods. Polydora told me that Cyrillus is important. I will work toward understanding how he can help me.
Nice. Perfect.
In I always choose an animal over a human. If my mother is mentioned, I fidget with knives, and I always collect berry feathers and black. Orchids, I kind of don't like the second one now, because that has not come up. I guess I'll leave it for now.
Yeah. That makes sense, though. Yeah, we can change that.
Traits, so many. Speaker of the secret language, cruel lunatic loner, faith in dead gods, mark of privilege, zealot, lame, and a new one, enlarged venom sacs, and forked tongue.
Did you hear that, Chad? She got the trait enlarged venom sacs.
The heck? How's that a thing?
She's
you can't tell. It's not gross.
It's true. It's inside her throat. You can't tell. But turns out corruption. Turns out using dark and arcane magics will mess you up.
Yeah, but now I have the potential for fangs a little bit and poisoning people.
Can she spit acid at people?
She could probably spit poison at them, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's creepy.
Thank you for the idea, Chad.
You wait, there's going to be a scene where Ophelia meets Alpheus and then spits poison in his face.
Oh
it's going to come back to bite you.
Gosh.
Or not bite you, as the case may be. Cool. Awesome. And last but certainly not least, Avra.
I believe I am in love. I will convince Celadon he can effect good by assuming the throne in marriage to me. I believe my father is ill by someone else's doing. I will get answers through my sister. I am an accomplished falconer. I will impress the noble courts. Ooh, actually, I want to change that last one.
Yeah. And I feel like, honestly, the belief was worded that way, and it made sense for last session, the belief too, but you could probably change the last part of that now to be, just working with Celadon, right?
Yeah, so my last goal, or belief rather, is going to be, I believe Celadon loves me back. I will not seek out my sister.
Ooh, okay. So Ophelia might be trying to get into contact with you, but you're going to have to do stuff to actively avoid seeking her out. Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. That makes sense.
Maria, that just means your character might have to be more forceful.
Exactly.
There's spit venom.
What do you say, Maria?
I said I don't want to hurt her. It's kind of the whole point.
Well, you can hurt those around her.
Oh, good.
Oh, no, Caleb!
Perfect. Awesome. So, instincts and traits?
Instincts. I always excuse myself from the room when in an intense coughing fit. I always have my falconry gloves on hand, and if someone less fortunate asks for something vital I can bestow, I offer it. Traits, your grace, boaster, formalist, religious, intellectual, and competitive, with die traits, birdie talk, and mark of privilege.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like we're getting pretty close to a trait vote here. I feel like we're getting pretty close to a point where your characters will have changed significantly enough that we should vote traits on and off your characters to kind of signify a change in kind of their outlook. Obviously, Cyrillus is having a pretty big change happen here, but I think there's going to be a lot of other, like, just in general. Alpheus's stuff with Titan is going to kind of be decided in this session, like where that direction is actually going, whether or not he's going to have to abandon it because he's on the run too, or whatever that looks like. But yeah, I'm excited to see the direction all these characters go. Let's go ahead and start with Alpheus, since we have not seen him in a while.
Sweet.
So right, Cyrillus, you were working with Cyrillus doing this investigation stuff, right?
Yes.
And what had just happened, right, was Titan gave Cyrillus some false information and got him to do some things he shouldn't have done, and it caught up to him. Alpheus, I think, during that time was probably just in the political proceedings like he should have been, right? Like that, because that was all happening during like an actual general assembly.
Yeah, I remember being at this political convention type of thing.
Yeah.
And I was talking to...
Right, the very last thing you did was
Malekith.
you talked with Malekith and were like, what should I do? And
about Titan, right?
Yeah, basically like, should I actually join him? And you decided you would.
Yeah.
And so I think probably what happens first is Titan meets you, right? So the assembly is probably adjourned, and you're walking out of the assembly hall, and then Titan is... So just to remind everybody, Titan is played by Joe Manganiello. I still do not know how to pronounce that last name. I should learn that at some point. But he, a handsome guy in the corner here. He kind of has, he's looking almost theatrically sneaky right now, probably for your benefit. But right, he's like side corridor, kind of in a cloak, and he gestures to you with a quick jerk of his hand and like, come here, I need to talk to you.
I walk over to him.
And he says, how did the assembly go, Alpheus?
As always, nothing special.
I saw that you were talking to one Malekith, the Minister of Trade. Anything interesting?
So you were watching me?
I make a habit of watching everyone who could potentially betray me to my enemies.
So you're saying Malekith's your enemy? That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that you have the potential to betray me to my enemies, of which I do not know. There could be many. There probably are many. Technically, I'm an enemy to everyone in this city, except for maybe you.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I was not betraying you to Malekith. He's a good friend of my late father, and he's a trusted friend of mine as well.
So, have you decided then?
I have, and let's do this.
Good. I'm so glad, Alpheus. All right. So, Cyrillus has been caught up in a little bit of a web.
What?
While this assembly was going on, Cyrillus and I were doing a little bit of an investigation.
What happened?
Well, I found something. And Cyrillus may have followed that trail that I led him to follow, and he may have ended up in an adder's nest of one sort or another. May have crossed one too many lines. And then he kind of like looks around and he says, I got him to accuse one of the king's most loyal followers that he was actually secretly trying to assassinate the king.
And what happened?
Well, I don't know yet. It just happened. I'm going to have to wait to see that situation develop, but I can assume that is not going to go very well for Cyrillus.
So you haven't heard from him?
It's been a little while, yes.
Wait, so what should I assume that Titan was gonna do that?
Maybe not. And I think like he kind of just does one of these like, yeah, I know you might be thinking, and he says, now listen, Alpheus, we could have used Cyrillus, but honestly, I feel like his usefulness as a tool was quickly wearing thin. He wasn't getting anywhere with that investigation. And honestly, I saw an opportunity and I took it. Now all of the heat is going to be on Cyrillus, and we might be able to disassociate ourselves from him and then move into certain quarters. But I am a little worried that Cyrillus might decide that my name should be bandied about as a way to get himself out of his entire situation, and so I want to slip it back into the shadows for a little bit here. Now, I don't believe you had any real formal involvement with Cyrillus. You were merely helping him out here and there, and really, I believe the only one who actually knew about anything going on between the two of you was Malekith, and you said he's trustworthy, yes?
Yeah, that's all true, but I don't know I'm trying to think of how I want to. I'm trying to think of how I should feel about him getting Cyrillus in trouble.
Yeah. And I think he can kind of see your inner turmoil, and he puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, listen, Alpheus, I have a plan. I'm going to slip into the shadows, and what I want you to do is I want you to go straight to the king, straight to whoever might be, indirectly in your way to seeing the king. Find that important person that you can give this information to and rat Cyrillus out first. If you're the one who brings the hammer down on this suspicion that they're undoubtedly having for him now, then you will be seen as a person of interest, a person of worthy interest, and maybe, just maybe, that might give you the clout you need to further our plan into step 2.
Yep, I think you're right. I like Cyrillus, and I don't want anything bad to happen to him, but I think this is the best way to serve my people.
I think so too. Now listen, Alpheus, you won't regret this. Now I'm going to be taking a step back from this entire situation. I feel like I put myself a little bit at risk here with the whole Cyrillus thing, and I need to lay low for a little while, but I trust that you have this under control. Get their trust, and maybe you'll get a promotion out of it. Who knows? I will find you again in a little while, and we'll move on to step 2. Does that sound good?
I'll talk to you soon.
Great. All right. Good luck, Alpheus. May the gods be with you. And he just
with you.
Steps back into the shadows. I'm going to real quick, I want to make a roll for Titan just to see how well he kind of like is on the down low for a little while, just for my own personal kind of like what's going on with him. Let's see here. He's going to do stealthy.
I'm telling you, I'm going to get acid spit on me.
1, 2. Yeah, okay. 3. All right, you got a 3. That's not very high. He's going to spend one of his fate here to reroll. Nope, okay. Nothing else. Okay, so he's probably going to have to stay away for a little while because he's kind of on the edge of being found. But he does manage to escape notice relatively so. So, Alpheus, who do you want to go to like rat Cyrillus out?
Well, I don't even know. I think I could go to the... It has to be... See, this is hard because it's all political, right? So if I
Mhm.
go to the wrong person, then they could easily just take credit for it.
True.
In my opinion.
So you want to go to someone who's trustworthy enough to give you your credit.
But like I feel like every decision I make, I'm like, oh, I'll go talk to Malekith, but I don't know if he can even help me here.
Yeah, I don't think he would be the person to talk to here.
But I did meet Carly's character.
Yeah, you could go to Avra with this. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good idea. She cares about her father, and if this is like a person working directly against her father, she might be like, "Oh, okay, I'll help you put a stop to that."
Yeah, I think that's what I would do because she has no interest. She has nothing to gain. She couldn't turn it on me. She couldn't be like, "Well, Dad, I discovered this." Like, it doesn't matter. She wouldn't care about doing
exactly. Yeah. Cool.
That's
awesome.
what I would do.
So you try to set up an audience with her. Let's see. You did that last time.
It was
on
bad.
Invitation with Malekith. Yeah, you had a bad impression with her.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I want you to roll an etiquette roll. Or actually, well, roll a bureaucracy roll is what this is. But you can fork etiquette in.
I don't even see bureaucracy. Am I blind?
It's the first one on your skill list there.
Oh, I didn't scroll down enough. Okay, so what do I need to do?
So you're going to click on that D6, right, next
Yes.
to bureaucracy.
One.
You can, put in 1 for etiquette. I don't think there's another one you can do here, probably. Unless you have, I don't know if you have an argument for any of the other skills to fork in. But
So what am I trying to do? Who am I talking to?
This is the idea, right? Bureaucracy is the skill of like moving and shaking in a bureaucratic system. And so that really what you're doing is trying to like go through the proper channels to set up an audience with Avra.
What about rule of law?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you know about the laws that govern this sort of etiquette.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
So 2.
So you can put 2 down, yeah. And then bureaucracy is going to be an ob. I think it's going to be an op 3. Oof.
Failed.
That was a bad roll. That was a really bad roll. All right, if you want to, it's a 1 in 12 chance, but you could spend a fate point to reroll one of those failed dice.
And if it's a 6, I can do it again.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's a 1 in 12 chance because you would need to get a 6 and then another success to actually succeed on the dice. But yeah, I feel like you have.
Why not? I have a bunch of points.
You have 15 fate. Yeah, definitely spend this. So what you're gonna do is
my fate
go up to the top of your character sheet.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, and
so just change it to 14.
And what you can do now is you can click on that little D6 next to fate there.
Yeah.
Put in the remaining obstacle as 2, and the dice you're using as 1, and then click submit.
No.
Oh, 0, nothing at all. All right, well, you spent a fate point in bureaucracy, so I'll go ahead and put that in there for you. Yeah, so I don't think this is, I don't know. Avra, you tell me, is this he can't set up an audience with you, or like something is bad about the audience he sets up?
I think just he can't set up an audience with me, at least at this point in the game, because she's like very busy with other things.
Yeah.
So she's probably like, this doesn't seem like high enough priority for me to like put things aside.
Yeah, you submit the proper forms to the government, but then they don't get back to you.
Right.
They're like, we'll get back to you in 7 to 10 business days. Okay, yeah, so you know that's not going to work in the immediate. You're going to have to try something else.
So I think I would just like barge into her house or something. Honestly.
You just want to like literally just...
I feel like I would.
Screw etiquette and just go straight to her house.
I feel like my character would. Like, he's an idiot sometimes. Like,
yeah, I'm down with that.
But because what else can I do? What else can I could go to like maybe the priest, but I don't know him.
Yeah. It would either be doing that or making a circles test for someone else. That's the idea. But also go ahead and mark a routine test on your bureaucracy though as well. Little bubble next to R on bureaucracy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, up to you. Do you want to escalate it with her?
I'm just gonna go to and knock on her door and talk to her
So,
servant.
I mean, basically what happens, right, is well, I guess, Avra, do you have like a house or something, right? I feel like you do.
Wherever I saw her last
Think so.
time, it was where her aviary was or something.
You have a villa, yeah, so I feel like you probably have like a gate though first, right? That's like
Yeah.
manned by guards and stuff. So a guard at the gate basically says like, so you go up there and you say, like, I need to speak to Avra,
Yeah.
or Ornithessia Avra, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And this guard just kind of frowns and he says, "Did you submit the proper forms? Go through the proper channels?"
I have important information to give her.
Well,
Just
how
let
about
me
you?
in.
How about you relay it to me, and I'll decide if it's important enough.
That it's above your pay grade. And yes, I submitted the proper forms. Go check.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he says like, I looked at her schedule. She has no visitors today. No, nothing at all. She's actually specifically asked not to be bothered.
Who is this guy?
Just a guard manning the gate of her villa.
Yeah, I'll just tell him. I just tell him what information I have.
So just like someone
He
is
can't
plotting
do
against the king.
Yeah. There's a plot against the king, and if you don't let me in, he could die if I don't get to talk to Avra.
Yeah,
Do you really want that on your conscience?
That's a persuasion roll if there ever was one. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Where is that? I have 5. So roll.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you have any. You're screwing bureaucracy and etiquette here.
It's not falsehood. It's not.
Yeah, it's persuasion. I don't think that you have any forks.
That shouldn't be too hard to persuade him, though. Like, if I'm lying, then they'll just kill me. Like,
That's yeah. It's not 4 because this is will.
okay.
Ooh,
Dang
so
it.
close. You got 2 6s. Oh, this is totally on you. Up to you, Chad. You can spend 1 fate point or 2 fate points.
I'll use 2.
Okay, so that means you can roll 3 dice. So go ahead and click on that fate button on the top of your character sheet again. Put in the remaining knob as 1,
1,
and the dice is 3.
3.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Yeah, you got another 6 too, and it rerolled. Cool, awesome. So go ahead and mark a couple of things.
So I have 12.
Yeah, mark down your fate points. Go ahead and put them in persuasion there. There should be that little bubble that has a 1 on it next to persuasion. Yeah, put that at 3, and then mark a difficult test for persuasion. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so he says, of course. Yes, right away. And then he opens up the gate and lets you in. So Avra, I assume you're probably like in the middle of maybe like talking with Celadon about like the research that he's been doing and trying to do.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and so he's just explaining like, I haven't found anything so far. I might have to ask one of my.
So what were they doing? What were they doing last week?
Avra actually finally manage to convince Celadon, her lover boy, to help her try to figure out what's going on with her father, why he's like going mad. And they did some research last time, but nothing panned up so far. So basically he's just explaining to her like, yeah, I failed, but I might be able to get some fellow colleagues to like help me with the research. And so that's the conversation that is happening. You kind of hear from the other room when a servant walks in and like introduces you and says, there's one, wait, what did we say your like title would be?
I don't know if we ever. I don't know. The blue. What are the blue robes? What are they called?
I don't remember. I feel like we made up a name for them, but I don't remember. Maybe it's just. I thought
they were town representatives, but was there a name for them?
I think it was something like a simple like sir, or it was something really simple where it was like, I don't remember. I'll look it up again, but he introduces you by the proper title and stuff.
Okay.
And basically says, the delegate Alpheus is here to speak to you of a grave matter concerning the king, Ornithessia Avra. Will you receive him?
She narrows her eyes.
You recognize the
at
name.
him. Right. She narrows her eyes.
She's probably so
like,
irritated.
Like, I didn't want to talk to this guy right now, but since he said grave matters concerning the king, she's probably gonna be like, okay, I guess I'll allow it.
So then I do whatever's customary. I forget. Like when I don't know if you bow or.
Oh, you go up to her bird and you put on a glove, go up to her bird and let the bird peck at your hand.
Yeah.
I mean, last time you didn't do that. Last time you were really bad at doing that. So.
Well, I'd have to roll, huh?
Honestly, yeah. I feel like if you're trying to make a good impression on her, make an etiquette roll.
Yeah, I want to. So, dice. No forks.
Yeah, and then I think the obstacle is going to be a ob 3.
Nice.
Okay. Mark that difficult test. So, Alpheus, maybe you start to just start talking, and then you're like, no, okay, I need to make a good impression. I need to do what's the etiquette thing. And so you grab a glove, put it on, go up to the bird. The bird
and I do it right.
Pecks annoyingly at him. Yeah, at you.
And then I say, so I need to figure out what I'm going to say because she's going to ask me, how do you know this? Right?
Yeah.
And I have to have a reason why.
And you're going to have to lie to her. Or at the very least, make a very convincing argument to me as the GM why it's not a lie.
Okay, so what I'm here to tell her is... that Cyrillus tried to kill the king.
No, he's conspiring against the king.
Oh, okay. That's space.
Dare you?
It was Cyrillus. Okay, so he's plotting against the king, and why do I think that? Because he got caught up.
Basically, Titan set it up so that Cyrillus accused a incredibly important loyalist of the king of being that conspirator. And so basically you're just saying I mean, if you were working with him, and so you could probably just even say to Avra, hey, I was helping this royal guard with an investigation of his. He asked me some questions. I was helping him out because, I care about Sinia. I care about this city. Or I care about these people, maybe, if you don't want to straight up lie. But Cyrillus, he made this accusation, and I think I found out I think his motivations are wrong. You should look into this. I think he might be conspiring against the king, working with someone from Kyrides, something like that.
But I don't have concrete evidence.
You could probably figure something out. I mean, Titan could have planted something.
Because I don't want her to get mad and be like, really, you came in here and you don't even have evidence?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think would count as evidence? Either Chad or Carly, what would be a good, just kind of thinking through the situation? Because Cyrillus made a mistake, right? He intimidated someone he shouldn't have, and he was working with this guy who was apparently a Kyrides spy. But what would be something more concrete to
like that? I'm trying to think.
Though honestly, I feel like from the king's perspective, if this got back to the king at all, it would be very easy for the king to just be like, off his head, I don't care. Anyone he could even think about conspiring against me.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how Avra would even react to this, because what she's trying to find out is if there's something wrong with her father, when it comes to his illness and why he's acting the way he is. And so just normal people plotting against his life is concerning, but it's not it's not out of the ordinary, I guess. Especially with him acting like he usually wouldn't. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't seem to her to be something that's necessarily related to what she's trying to look for.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, Chad, I'm thinking that because Titan is Titan, it's entirely possible we can just do a quick like flashback roll and say that Titan planted evidence on Cyrillus's either person or quarters to like have firm evidence that he's actually working against the king.
So what do I need to do for that? Or we're just assuming it?
Well, I mean, I'll just make a roll for him, I guess.
Okay.
For Titan. Yeah, if that's what you want to happen, which I may.
I thought that's what you meant. I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I think. What is he trying to do here? Well, probably planting like letters or something, right? Like.
Yeah.
Except Cyrillus doesn't know how to write or read.
Oh yeah.
So that wouldn't make any sense. Maybe he like plants like a poison dagger in Cyrillus's quarters or something, you know. An assassin's weapon. So he's gonna try to basically sneak into his quarters and plant this. Just adding up these forks here. There we go.
Sweet.
Cool stuff.
So I'm gonna say, kind of what you just described is what happens. How I introduce the topic and start the conversation, and so I don't have to repeat it all.
Yeah.
But
so basically, there's this guy named Cyrillus. I was working with him in the investigation,
and he's a guard. He's a royal guard.
Yeah, he's a royal guard. I think he's conspiring against the king. I was suspicious, so I searched his quarters and I found this. Maybe you don't say that because that would be easy to just be like, well, I actually have a poison knife on me. So it's probably like if you were to search his quarters or have someone search his quarters, you would probably find incriminating evidence, something like that, right?
Or I could just tell her, like, yeah, he told me that he planned on poisoning the king or something.
Yeah, so keep in mind, saying anything that's just a flat-out lie is going to make you have to roll falsehood. If there's some way you can
I have reason to believe
that you might find
that
something.
You will find proof
exactly
of him of a possible attempt of poisoning the king when it comes to Cyrillus, either on his person or in his quarters. That's not a lie.
Yeah. No, I think, and so basically you're making a persuasion test here, and it's like to convince Avra that, right, like acting on this information and giving you the credit is to her benefit.
Yeah, but I mean, she just said she kind of doesn't really care. Like,
right, but that's what the role would be.
Oh, okay.
Because if she did care, it would probably just be like, you told Avra, and she's like, oh my gosh, I got to figure this out.
Right.
This is like convincing her this is important.
Okay.
Avra, your will is... What do we got here? Your will is 5. Would it be ob 5? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yep. So...
That's hard. Ob 5 is hard.
It is indeed.
Dice.
You can fork in etiquette.
Okay.
But I think
that's it.
Probably it, yeah. Yep, so ob 5. Good luck.
Ooh.
So close. You got a 6. I would spend another 2 fate on this, bro. Don't take chances.
So remaining ob 1
and dice
2. 2?
Yeah. Because it's 1 6 and then you'd be rolling 1. Oh my gosh. Oh no, they both came up as 3s. Oh no. That's not good.
So it doesn't work.
So yeah, mark a difficult persuasion test and go ahead and put those 2 fate in persuasion. But yeah, Avra, you're not convinced. How would you respond if you weren't convinced? Like, what is it exactly that you're not convinced of? You're muted.
I think she's just really distracted still by the specific things that she's trying to find.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh, that's not going to help me. Like, notify the head of the guard, basically, and probably tell them to, like, put, tighter security around the king. But other than that, probably wouldn't engage with him more.
Right. So the main thing here is Alpheus probably isn't going to get the credit that he needs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yep. Because you wouldn't ignore it, right? You wouldn't be like, well, it's probably nothing. Bye. But you don't make the deal of it that Alpheus needed for him to, like, get the clout necessary. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Alpheus, I feel like you kind of get that from your conversation with her, that she's gonna, like, look into it, and Cyrillus is probably gonna go down, but you're probably not gonna be in the spotlight like you wanted to. So you could escalate this yourself if you wanted to. Like, you could go straight to the captain of the guard and, like, be like, listen, this is what's happening, and try to get it that way. But it looks like this avenue of, like, getting a leg up on this situation has kind of failed.
But I mean, yeah, but do I really even need it? Like, I want it because it would help.
I mean, yeah, the failure condition of doing it and failing to do it, right, would be...
So do I still have the... Well, I mean, I probably don't. Like, but I don't have the option of, like, saying, oh, it's actually Titan. Because I said I would help him. Or I decided I would.
I mean, yeah, I feel like you probably shouldn't do that, at least not now.
No, yeah. No, I'm just saying in the future.
Yeah.
Like, if I went to the captain of the guard... I could lie to... I could tell him the truth if I wanted to for some reason, but I'm not going to. So I could go to him.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying is you could go to him and insist that he, like, search the quarters, right, and be like, listen, you're gonna find evidence.
But shouldn't
there.
they be wondering? Oh no, well, I told Avra, like, I was helping him.
And again, the success. The real failure here was not that you didn't alert them to Cyrillus. It was that you aren't going to get the credit. So what I'm saying is, if you wanted to go straight to the source and his, like, immediate superior and try to get in the spotlight again, then you would go to the captain of the guard, probably.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, same sort of situation. You can't really just, like, randomly show up, but if you also just want to randomly show up to the palace and the barracks, you can. Let's do this. Let's have you make a circles test. That's what this is.
Okay.
To, like, talk to
someone.
The captain of the guard. Yeah. Let me just double check to make sure that you have the proper life paths to do this. You don't. Definitely don't. So this would be a circles test to know someone who could introduce you to the captain of the guard, or, like, someone peripheral to him.
Don't you wish it was me?
Well, if it was
you decided to go get yourself in trouble. Not me.
Victim blaming. Wow.
Victim blaming.
So yeah, there's gonna be a circles test, and you're just trying to find someone who can introduce you to the captain of the guard. I think
so.
It's
How did Cyrillus meet Ophelia?
A strange set of circumstances that involved a demon.
Oh, gosh.
Basically, a demon showed up and told Ophelia where to find him.
There was also some throat possession that went on.
There was. Yep.
Throat possession.
A demon-possessed animal, kind of like a mink, crawled down one of Ophelia's acolytes' throats and then possessed him.
How do you come up with this?
I just think about what
This is cursed.
the most gross, horrible thing that I could think of, and then I just do that. So I'm gonna say circles of.
I only have circles 2.
I know. I think it's gonna be circles 2.
2 base ob 2.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you got it.
Oh, nice.
Nice job. You didn't need another difficult test, but you succeeded anyway.
Oh, I did it.
You already had a difficult test, so you didn't need another one.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but yeah, so you managed to find. Basically, I imagine this is probably just a blue robe who happens to know the guy and can introduce
Okay.
you to him, at least enough to get a passing comment to him, right? Just like, hey, I need to talk to you about this thing. And so he's probably like at his desk signing something, and he's like, listen, I don't have all day. Do you have something to tell me or not?
Yes. And then I just tell him that I have reason to believe Cyrillus is involved in a plot to kill the king. And I think you should check Cyrillus's quarters, unless they have him. Do they know where he is?
It sounds so. He looks up at you and he says, "You don't know, but so you probably say something like that." And then he looks up and he says, "I have just recently gotten word that something was going on with Cyrillus. I have sent people to fetch him. I'm not entirely sure where he is at this exact moment. You're saying there's something in his quarters, possibly, that could implicate him?"
Well, I can't say for sure, but I was assisting him with an investigation into a prior plot to kill the king that he had mentioned to me. Oh, somebody's gone. Sorry. And I don't know for sure, like I said, but it would be worth looking.
All right. I mean, that sounds like a persuasion roll to me.
Just remember, I have a house. Just saying.
It's true. Yeah, that's fair. That's what it would be.
Not anymore. You can't come back.
Remember, I once had a house.
So, just like
Persuasion
to not double check. What's the word I'm looking for? Remind you, the failure condition, I think, for this is going to be you get the attention you want, but not in the way that you wanted. So, right, if you
I fail,
yeah, if you fail this, it's going to be like
they're going to be suspicious of me.
Exactly. They remember that you were very adamant about this, but it's definitely sus. So,
okay. Roll. No forks.
I don't think so.
What is town-wise?
You know about towns.
Okay.
This is a city, though, and yeah, in this situation, I don't think this any of your stuff is gonna come in
Okay.
handy here.
And the ob is
Let's see. I have a character sheet for him. Bastion, Captain of the Royal Guard, played by Hugh Jackman. His will is 5.
so base ob 5.
Base ob 5. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
3.
Okay. 1 in 12 chance, man. You still have a bunch of fate, so might as well spend it again.
This is
But it's more
remaining
unlikely.
ob 2.
Yep. And dice 1. Nope. No dice. You can mark that other difficult persuasion, though. Hey, you advanced persuasion.
Yeah, because I suck at it.
Hey, but now you're better at it. You have a 6 in it now. So we'll just clear these boxes, then you have a 6. Cool. Congrats. That'll come in handy. So yeah, I mean, he says like, all right, we'll look into it, and he tries to like play it off like, all right, we're gonna listen to you, but then you walk away, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna check in on that guy again. That was really suspicious. All right, cool, yeah. So,
I think that's it.
yeah, I think so for now. Let's actually go ahead and do this since Carly's is not working for some reason. Let's go ahead and just take a quick break, and we'll come back and find out what's up with the rest of the characters when we return.
Sweet.
Death and Madness. Stick around. We got more good Bernie Will action to come.